Hello everyone and welcome into Coach Craig Sports. This is the NBA DFS Core Pick video for Thursday, January 16th. If you're joining me for the very first time, first of all, welcome in. Second of all, this is how today's video will be structured. I'm going to go over my core picks for both DraftKings and FanDuel. It is a 5-game main slate on both sites. There's only 2 teams on back-to-backs. That's going to be the Los Angeles Clippers and the Houston Rockets. So probably going to have most of the news early on in the day, I would assume. I have an injury report out in the morning. Those 2 teams will have the injury reports coming out later on in the day, as well as some injury updates. 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock, I'll be listing my updated core. Might have a couple of potential changes there. So I will list that as a pinned comment and any other changes throughout the night as kind of a reply to that comment. And then I will also be posting as many as the starting lineups as I can get to throughout the evening as well. But without further ado, we'll get right into it with the DraftKings side. We're going to start off at the point guard position with Devin Booker. You could also play him at shooting guard. He's going against the Washington Wizards. He's $9,100. Looking for 45, 46 out of him. Been playing really well, especially since he's taken over ball handling duties from Tyus Jones, and since Bradley Beal has kind of moved to the bench. Does not look like Bradley Beal will be available for the Suns in this game, so could be some opportunities for Devin Booker and company. But going against the Washington Wizards, a very attractive matchup there. He's playing really well as of late. Like I mentioned earlier, looking for 45, 46 points out. Currently I'm projected for about 50, but could have some strong upside for more. Maybe a little bit downside for less if this game ultimately does end up being a blowout. Then at shooting guard, we're going to go back to Jalen Green once again, $7,400, looking for 37 out of him. Been up over 40 in his most recent games, so definitely do like that upside with him. Remains to be seen what he does on Tuesday night as I am recording this, as that game is still going or yet to even start at this point in time, kind of depending on what time I have this all edited and what time you're listening to this video. But definitely do like his upside once again going against the Kings. Kind of middle of the pack in terms of defense so far this year, especially to that shooting guard position. But like the upside that Jalen Green has shown as of late. Currently I'm projected for about 40 points in this game. Definitely has some strong upside for more. Maybe a little bit downside for less if he has a poor shooting night. Then in small forward, we're going to go with Toumani Camara, coming off a really big game, going against the Clippers, $4,800. Looking for 24 out of him, should be in that starting lineup once again, averaging just under 25 so far on the season. He looks like a pretty steady, safe play at this point in time. If Denny Advey is out once again, there could be more minutes, more usage to go around for him, and definitely do like his upside in this game overall. Currently, I'm projected for about 26, has upside for more, maybe a little bit downside for less if he doesn't really add up with some of them stats, but we've seen that upside in his most recent game. I think there's a good chance that he can get similar to that. I'm not going to say quite as good because that was one of the best games that he's had so far in his young career. Then we move down to power forward with Tobias Harris. I was kind of between him and Kevin Durant at this power forward spot, but ultimately ended up with Tobias Harris since we have Devin Booker in the point guard spot. If you want to play Kevin Durant, looks like a solid play. Can also swap off that point guard spot to someone else at that point in time if you go with Kevin Durant. But Tobias Harris, $6,100, looking for 30, 31 out of him, averaging just under 29 so far in the season. Pace up spot versus the Indiana Pacers. As of late, for the most part, Tobias Harris has been pretty good, so do think that he gets to 31 points in this game. Has a little bit upside for more, maybe just a little bit downside for less if he's not going out there and shooting the ball quite as well in this matchup. And then last but not least, I got Jalen Williams, the center for the Oklahoma City Thunder. $3,300, looking for 16, 17 out of him to pay off at 5 times value. Obviously, at the cheaper price tag, we want him to get to at least 20, 21, 22, especially on the smaller slate. But it looks like one of the better value plays early on. We'll see ultimately if he ends up getting the start in this matchup or not. I know earlier on in the season they used the other Jalen Williams as kind of the de facto center. They played small ball. But going against the Twin Towers that the Cleveland Cavaliers have in Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, you probably want at least one big man out there. Otherwise, you're probably not going to get on the boards very well whatsoever. So Jalen Williams, if he goes out there, if he gets 26 minutes, definitely has a very good chance of paying off at this price tag. Currently, I'm projected for about 23, 24, but definitely has some pretty strong upside for more if he starts and gets the minutes in this matchup overall. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players that I do currently have here, you have $19,300 remaining, just over $6,400 remaining per player. So from that aspect, looks more like a balanced build type of day. We'll see what other value opens up as the day moves along, but should make for a pretty interesting 5-game slate overall. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my core picks over there as well. So on the FanDuel side, we're going to start off at the point guard position. I got Scoot Henderson here. He's coming off maybe arguably the best fantasy game of his career at $5,100. Looking for 25, 26 out of him. If he's in that starting lineup once again, good matchup versus the Los Angeles Clippers. James Harden at point guard. Not much defense to go around there. if Scoot Henderson is in the starting lineup, if he plays anything close to what he did the most recent game, I don't think it's going to be close. But, there's a chance with 30-point upside there. If Denny Advia plays, Scoot Henderson probably doesn't get the start. We're going to probably swap off to a different point guard at that point in time, probably pay up at this position overall. But definitely do like the upside with Scoot Henderson. If he gets the start once again, currently I'm projected for about 28 fantasy points, but has a little bit of upside for more, as we did see in his most recent game. Then in shooting guard, we're going down to Jalen Green once again, $7,300. Looking for 36, 37, averaging just under 32 so far on the FanDuel side. Been hot as of late. Obviously, we have yet to see what his Tuesday night looks like, but been up over 40 points for the most part as of late. But at this point in time, currently I'm projected for 39.40 on the FanDuel side. It does come with some pretty good upside for more. Comes with a little bit downside for less if his shot's not going down overall. Then we're going to move down to small forward. A lot of decent pay down options here today. So ultimately ended up on Ryan Dunn, $4,500, and we're looking for 22, 23 out of him. In the matchup versus the Washington Wizards, even if this game's a blowout, they might give him some extra minutes, just kind of see a little bit more of him since he is a young player overall. But likely no Bradley Beal in this game. They just traded away Josh Okogie, so there should be extra minutes to go around for Ryan Dunn and Royce O'Neal in this matchup. Definitely do like Ryan Dunn's upside. If he goes out there, if he gets 28, 29 minutes, there is a pretty good chance that he gets to like 24, 25 fantasy points. And that's kind of what I do have him projected for at this point in time. Might have a little bit of upside for more, a little bit of downside for less if he doesn't quite get the minutes or is not playing the greatest overall. Maybe the game's a blowout and they run out some other guys there besides Ryan Dunn, but I think at this point in time, he looks like a relatively safe play at that small forward position. Then we move down to the power forward once again with Tobias Harris. On the FanDuel side, we're looking for 31, 32 out of him. Currently, I'm projected for about 31. Pace up spot versus the Pacers. If he's going out there, if his shot's going down, he's probably going to outperform this price tag. If his shot's not going down, probably going to underwhelm. But at least early on, looks like a solid, steady option at this power forward spot. We'll see what other value does open up throughout the day. And then last but not least, we're going down to the center position with Jalen Williams once again, $4,000. So a little bit more expensive on the FanDuel side. We need at least 20 out of him to pay off at 5 times value. I think there's a good chance that he gets to 24. He is a guy that is a relatively athletic big, so he might factor in terms of steals and blocks. And I think they're really going to need his size out there, but that kind of remains to be seen since they have been willing to go to the small ball lineups overall. But, if he goes out there, if he gets 26 minutes, a pretty good chance that he gets you to 24 points, which will give you a 6-time value at that $4,000 price tag. And currently looks like one of the better value plays, at least early on for this slate overall. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players that I do have listed on the FanDuel side, you have $32,800 remaining, $8,200 remaining per player. So pretty much can pay up for anybody that you want on this slate overall. We'll see what other values open up throughout the day. Could very much be a stars and scrubs type of day, especially on the FanDuel side. Not so much on DraftKings. I think it's a little bit more balanced over there, but should make for a very interesting 5-game main slate. But with that being said, these are my core picks for both DraftKings and FanDuel. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to drop them down in the comment section of this video, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Once again, my injury report will be listed in the morning. The 2 teams on the back-to-back in the Clippers and the Rockets will have injury reports listed later on in the day, as well as those other injury updates constantly throughout the day. Update a core about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock, and as many starting lineups as I can get to throughout the evening as well. But with that being said, if you are brand new to my channel, checking out for the very first time, or have yet to subscribe, please consider doing so. Definitely would appreciate it. Helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS. Right now, we mainly just have NBA DFS going on in terms of the core pick videos Tuesday through Friday. And then last but not least, if you're interested in sports betting, if you're interested in prop betting whatsoever, be sure to check out the links and promo codes down in the description below for BetUS, Prize Picks, and Parlay Play. If you're a brand new user on any one of those 3 sites, when you sign up, make your initial deposit, you will get a first match deposit bonus. For Prize Picks and Parlay Play, it's 100% match up to $100. And then for BetUS, it's 125% match up to $2,000. So some pretty good opportunities to be had out there. If you have any other additional questions related to that whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me, whether it's down in the comment section of this video or on Twitter at Coach Craig Sport, and be more than happy to help you with that journey as well. But with that being said, that's all that I truly have for today's video. Definitely do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Definitely means a lot to me. I hope that each and every one of you have a great rest of your day and some pretty good luck in NBA DFS for Thursday, January 16th.